So when it comes to singing, we often hear about vowels, singing through the vowels, round vowel shapes, etc. But do you guys know where this comes from? Where this tradition of focusing on these open vowels comes from? In this video, we're going to talk about it. My name's Kate. I'm a classically trained singer turned vocal coach. I've been singing formally for over 30 years, and I help people to find and sing with their authentic voice. So yesterday I was in a lesson with one of my students, and I was thinking about what could be improved in his tone. And I had an aha moment. Clean vowels, open vowels. This is something that's going to help him a lot. And I think that this is true for a lot of singers. If your first language is English, you don't tend to speak with very open vowels. Your vowels are kind of stretched sideways. Hey, how's it going? If we contrast that to other languages in the world, that you speak more openly with your vowels, you have less emphasis on the consonants, and things are more lyrical. And then I thought of my training in opera and why we emphasize so much on the open vowels in operatic singing. So even if you're not training in opera, you can use this fundamental lesson to help you become a better singer. So I was thinking about where this idea came from, and I stumbled across this article from polyglotistlanguageacademy.com. And the name of the article is Why Italian is Called the Language of Opera. In late 16th century Florence, a group of musicians, poets, and intellectuals known as the Camerata dei Bardi were experimenting with ways to revive ancient Greek drama. So they invented opera, and it was in Italian. Now, this was the origin of opera. But why did it remain that way? Why were Austrian composers like Mozart writing Italian operas, for example? It's all about the musical qualities of the Italian language, which is written here. Why does Italian sound so perfect when sung? The answer lies in the structure of the language itself. Number one, you have vowel dominance. Italian words end in vowels about 80% of the time. This makes the language exceptionally singable, as vowels carry well over musical lines. Compare the English phrase, the end of the road, with the Italian, la fine della strada. The latter flows with vowels, while the former is broken by hard consonants. For English singers, this is kind of important, right? Our language has so many consonants filled throughout. Italian ends 80% of every word with a vowel. So you have a major difference there in the way that you can lyrically deliver a spoken phrase or a musical phrase. Number two, pure vowel sounds. Now, this is where we get to with the mi, me, ma, mo, mu. It's not mi, me, ma, mo, mu. Those vowels are kind of stretched sideways. They're a little bit muddy. They're not clear and clean and pure. In Italian, mi, me, ma, mo, mu. Mi, me, ma, mo, mu. Drop your jaw a little bit. Mi, me, ma, mo, mu. Compared to in English, mi, me, ma, mo, mu. These pure vowels are what we learn when we're doing our warm-ups, mi, me, ma, mo, mu. And this is something that you can carry over into your repertoire. So let's say you're singing Your Song by Elton John, which is the example I spoke about with my student. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words. I hope you don't mind. Okay, that's an I. But when you sing it, if you think of it like an ah, mind, you're going to have a much more open tone. So let's show an example. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. You have the difference of the pure vowel in the second one. All right. So this is something that you can bring into the work that you do as a singer. That's why doing the exercises on mi, me, ma, mo, mu are so important, because it's going to train your voice that this is the way that you should be opening up on your vowels, right? In my experience in the past, when I was singing Italian repertoire, of course, this was a lot easier. So let's say we take the song La Bambola by Patti Bravo, which she did in 1970. It goes, tu mi fai girar, come fossi una bambola. Versus something German, Die Lotusblume by Schumann. Die Lotusblume ängsticht sich vor der Sonne Pracht. full of consonants, even more than in English. So we can still use the Italian pure vowel idea to inform us when we're singing in German or when we're singing in English or another language that's more stretched sideways, that's more closed, and that's more consonant heavy. So the third quality of the Italian language and why it's so well suited for singing is we have soft consonants, as I was mentioning. Italian consonants tend to be softer than those in German or English. While German excels in dramatic sharpness, Italian's consonants rarely obstruct the smooth flow of sound, keeping the musical line uninterrupted. Now, this is also why I recommend for my students that they do exercises on their songs, singing na 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 na, or ma 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 ma, or mu 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 mu, and just trying to shape the phrasing with this kind of open, pure vowel feeling so that that kind of carries through when they add in the actual words, the consonants, everything else. It kind of keeps it open. Again, the example of Elton John, your song. I hope you don't mind. Ma, 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 ma. I hope you don't mind. It will train you to keep everything open as you're going through your repertoire. And the last reason we have is rhythmic balance. So Italian naturally alternates stressed and unstressed syllables in a way that aligns well with musical phrasing. So it's a very poetic language, right? This rhythm enhances the natural marriage of text and melody. Together, these qualities make Italian not just beautiful to hear, but inherently suited to being sung. Okay, so does this mean that you guys need to go learn Italian or that you need to learn to sing opera? No, that's not what it means. But what it does mean is you got to be aware of the shaping of your vowels, more as an English speaker than an Italian speaker. Ciao bella. Everything is very open there, okay? Hey, how are you? Everything is very sideways. So we have to be cognizant of it, that when we go to sing, we're going to need to feel different shapes, to feel something that is a little bit foreign compared to when we're speaking. So you can do different exercises about this. As I mentioned, you can sing your phrases on different vowels. Also make sure you practice the mi, me, ma, mo, moos. Another trick is that you can stand in front of the mirror and do this and try to feel a space between your top molar and your bottom molar. Me, me, ma, mo, mu. Allow it to open up, and between your index or middle finger, you should feel that there's an opening there. You can exaggerate it just slightly so that you can feel the difference between mi, me, ma, mo, mu, where there's almost no space between the molars. So I hope that this was interesting for you guys. I hope that it helped you. I'm not quite back to singing yet, as I've mentioned in some of my posts. I got sick, and so it's important when you get sick, especially if it's an upper respiratory infection, that afterwards you take the time to recover fully so that you don't end up singing through inflammation, singing without proper breath support. Just take it easy, allow yourselves to rest. It's that time of the year where people tend to get a cold or a flu or something else. So take it easy, guys, out there. And if you're in good shape, definitely go check out my warm-ups playlist and you can try out some of these ideas in action. Also, I wanted to mention that I'm very excited to be working with some new students who I found from here on YouTube. And if you are interested in training with me, you can go check out the pinned comment below for more details. Thank you guys so much. Share your comments below and I'll see you soon. Tu mi fai girar, come fossi una bambola.